Hi, Sue Rose Minahan, Top Cosmos host. This isn't the hour, this is the 10-minute edition for today, which is January 21st, 2021. And I'm remembering yesterday's inauguration with President Biden and Harris, with many speeches connecting the country and also their inauguration celebration. And in particular, I'm remembering Amanda Gorman, really who illustrated the power of this chart today as I remember it. And I'm trying to show you also with this amazing energy. Amanda showed us really through her ability of this poem, The Hill We Climb, how to a rebirth. Just here, we have Pluto still in Capricorn, rebirthing, and at this particular time, right to our ascendant, a new dawn, you could say. Like here, we have the North Node of Gemini in diversity and communication, youth, and the culture, so much culture through music. Culture is Sagittarius, our South Node, and squaring it is Neptune. For music, for poetry. Well, poetry would also be this with Mercury always, but poet, mystic, Neptune and Pisces is the oneness of all. We are one ocean. We are one conscious mind. That's really what the Mercury in Aquarius shows. And in performance, here it is in the 5th house. And it's showing us the strength of our cultural unity with the diversity of our neighborhoods, which here with Pluto in the 3rd house is showing that regeneration of our values with Venus, and for our regulations and our structure in Capricorn. And here Venus, which rules Taurus, is trining the Mars, Uranus, innovative, pioneering start of courage that, like a cornstalk, is rooted in the ground and wants to be that liaison between the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth in all that we see. And also the strength and nurturing of the moon in that sign of Taurus, that also is a feminine energy, and of the other that is saying, yes, be innovative. Yes, speak out, such as she did in that at 22 years old, so strong and committed. And here it was, the hill we climb. And as she said, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? And in Pluto, it does seem sometimes as though we're digging down so far to unearth what is the light of the moment. Somehow we can do it. There's that courage. There's that Mars. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. It's that rebirth, that moment to continue that beautiful strength. And then later she said, the new dawn blooms as we free it. Well, in Aquarius, with this Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, with also the sun, now we have a stellium that will be continuing through February, and Mercury. It is that, yes, we're in the womb of oneness, but yet we also have that individuality. And of course, it is always looking opposite of the health of the mind in Hygeia, of the dignity of all. It's so really hopeful, and it's like good medicine for the heart. There's great strength in this. There's great strength in leaders and spiritual leaders that show us the beauty of language that can be brought to poetry. The beautiful moment that we again can, in our own framework, be that which we see, a leader, as we see our civic leaders wanting to unite us, because we have many cultures. We have music in every department. We had Lady Gaga, who has this illustrious voice that sang with Tony Bennett, but also sings everything from pop to everything else of our anthem. And then we had Jennifer Lopez, and we had Garth Brooks. And then later there was many different voices. And then even Tom Hanks, who was also a common, familiar person, a voice and a presence that we understand, that could help narrate this in such a way. It was really that fifth house of performance, but yet we all can do this in our own life. We can take a few words and just illustrate them and learn that life force in us, that we can bring how we are common with the world and with our community of heart. And the collective mind, of humanity, we have so much in common. We have the needs and the wants and the desires, and it's of interest to see the diversity of what each neighbor might be seeing in their area that they might connect with. We have that ability here now of our roots, as we might say, with Taurus, to see in our neighbors of here with new structure with Venus and Pluto that's working to reframe it, that what is really going to live and give us that energy of what in the Aquarian mind will signify to uplift us all, that we can share and lend a hand to the next where they may not have it in some sense. And we can do it online. Everything is online these days, so much of it. We have our little teeny clan, but yet we have larger groups. And the astrology is showing it. In fact, this is traditional astrology, and Mayan astrology that I'm looking at is reinforcing it too. Today is the 6th day of Og, and it is the cornstalk. And the cornstalk, you could say, is very much like this planting, this need to plant in the earth. And with Uranus in Taurus, it is that sense of strength. Where do we have our strength, and where can we find it in our community of others, that we might blend and become that nurturing soul that wants to connect? And to remember that in this Piscean Neptunian way of that it's a slow spot point there in Neptune. You can dance, just pick up the music and move your body. It'll shift your whole environment personally. That's a beautiful placement for it. But where is that commonality that we might dissolve some of the barriers so that we can see the youth of the future? Amanda Gorman really presented, she had a speech impediment, and that was shared also with Biden, the wife, who stuttered, and Angelo Maio, her hero and the great poet that passed just lately, also was mute as a child. So that language that's inside of us that may be dormant without speaking, we can give rise to it. And that's really what our South Node in Sag wants. And so maybe we just need to find a creative way, find a song that you love and play it. All right. Thank you so much. And subscribe. Looking forward to my daily connection. And on Saturday, of course, we will have our talk show with the Moonbeam team this week. All right.